Hello my friends, welcome to my first tutorial. In this tutorial you will able to see and understand how to log into the Oracle 11G database server in the very first time, because this is the latest Oracle technology, and also you will understand how to create a table and insert data using the Oracle 11G Express version. I mean, this is the latest one, so we don't need to use any um, terminal based applications, unlike the previous Oracle 8i or 11, sorry, the 10G. And also in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to pull up the data from that what we have created on the Oracle database into the .NET Windows Form application that is based on Visual Studio 2010, and the language is C Sharp. Alright my friends, let's start with the Oracle uh, database server, I mean the backend side. So I have already installed the Oracle 11G Express Edition, so I'm going to show you how to start the service. And just a quick one I want to share with you, because as we all know, Oracle takes huge amount of memory to work in the background. So if you're not using the Oracle database service, you can just stop it by clicking the stop database command here, or else whenever you want the service you can start by clicking the start database. It's pretty much straightforward. Alright, so I have already started the service, so no need to click it again. Let's start with the get started. That is the URL to start the service. Alright, so this is the very beginning, the very first home page that you come across once you install the Oracle Express Edition. In order to log into the Express Edition mode, you need to click the Application Express tab, the fourth one here, so the fifth one. Once you click it, it will brings you a web form like this. So unlike the 8i or the 10G, we can use the Scott, the Tiger as the username and the password, but in the Oracle 11G those ones are not allowed, and there are mainly three privileged accounts. There is a sys and system and sysman. So we can, at this moment I'll show you using the system account how to log into system. Just click the system and make sure once you install the Oracle G, it will ask you to enter your password. So in order to log into the Express mode, you need to remember that password, and also I'll show you some other information, some very valuable information. uh, Once you install, you will come across the details like this. You need to copy and paste it somewhere else, because they are very useful in future application development process, because it tells you what is the Oracle database listener, the port, and also what is the Oracle HTTP listener. So there are basically two ports that we need to understand, and we need to make sure that we have them all the time to develop the applications. Alright, let's get back to the main login form again. So I'm going to type my password and login. So this is the next page that you will get once you enter the password. So in here you can mainly create the database. That's the workspace in the Oracle, or the database. Same name, the schemas. There are a lot of similar names that will represent the database. So here I have already created a database. If else, I mean for you, you can just create a database, create the database username here, and you can create this is the database name, and this is your username, password. So, and you can also see the explanation so here. And so I'll log into one of my existing database. Alright, this is the test DB that I have created to show my demonstration, show my tutorial, and share it with you. So I can just log into the database by clicking already have an account. You can just click here. So it will take you to your workspace and your username. Just click your password and login. So welcome to the Oracle Application Express mod. So this is the terminal that we can see after we log into our workspace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a table. So there are lots of other tabs, and you can play around with this later on. First, you will need to click the SQL workshop and go to the object browser. In the object browser, you can see all the components under the object browser, the tables, views, indexes, sequences, likewise. So in order to create a new table, choose the table and you can create a table here by clicking the table, create table. In here you have to give the table name. So in this case I am giving as student, and we can add the column names. It's pretty much straightforward. We can write the column name and student ID and student name, the second one, and the student address. So we have to give the data types for the student ID here. So obviously student ID is a number, and you can choose it to not null, because if you are going to set this as a primary key, you need to make it as not null. So the student name is the varchar2 type, the same type here, sorry, char2. Alright, and then we can go to the next step, that is the primary key. You can see all the steps outlining in the left hand corner. Just click the next and it will take you to the, sorry for the runner has occurred, the scale of the columns to the name is required. We have to give the space. Alright, in this case I'll assume as 100. Alright, so now we are in the primary key selection tab. If you want to create a primary key in the table, you can, this is the place that you want, that you can create the primary key instance. So populate from a new sequence, or we can create from the existing sequence. You can just create the existing and then you can choose what is the primary key student ID and choose it from the cluster mode, and go to the next. So in this case we don't need to create a foreign key, so just leave it as it is and go to the next. Constraints, if you want to put any constraint before you insert any data, and then before it checks the constraint, you can add here. But in this tutorial I'm not going to show you all those things, just how to create and insert the data. So click next. So this is pretty much the script for creating the table, and then create the table. So now we are in the schema. The database is testdb and the table is student. So in order to enter the data, you have to click the data and insert row. It's pretty much straightforward, it's pretty easy, cool app. Alright, now here the student ID is a primary key, so it's 100 is student ID and the name is student 1 and the address is address 1. Then create. Alright, so first row has been created, and if you want to add more rows, the same way, insert row, you can create the 200, and here student 2, and the address is address 2. Okay, and again create. So you can see there are 2 records now in the student table. you can go to the table. You can see the structure of the table. There are lots of things you can play around here. Alright, so that's pretty much it about how to log into the Oracle Application Express developer and how to create a table and how to insert the data. Alright, so now we'll go to the front end development tutorial.